My Airbnb account was suspended, completely locked out, no bookings, couldn't do anything. Took me over a month and a half to get it back up. Then it got suspended again. So in this video, I'm gonna explain all about what I learned. So if you're an Airbnb host and you're worried about getting suspended, you should definitely watch this video. Alright you guys, if you are an Airbnb host, you should definitely watch this video. I'm hoping I can help a lot of people from not getting this mistake. So, in short, I've been trying to make this video for a long time and I just don't know what to say on a lot of the things. I've been trying to do a ton of research. I've been calling Airbnb over and over and over again, getting different answers. So really just wanted to make sure I had as much information as possible to tell you guys. So those of you who don't know, who haven't followed around, my account on Airbnb was suspended. I got no warning. I got no notifications that it was suspended, nothing. The only reason I really found out quickly was because one of my guests reached out to me via text saying they've been trying to reach me on Airbnb and the message will not go through. So I was like, got on Airbnb, a pop-up window popped up and said your account has been suspended and we are in review. Super weird, insane. I even looked through all my emails. I got nothing from Airbnb, no explanation why it was suspended, nothing. And just to give you a little backstory, this could literally happen to anyone. So I'm gonna do my very best in this video to explain what happened. It's gonna be a little longer, but bear with me. But I'm an Airbnb ambassador. I teach thousands of people through Airbnb to join the platform, how to get on the platform and whatnot. So I do have like extra support when I need it. I have a team member that I talk to at least once a week and I do classes, all kinds of stuff with Airbnb. Not to say that I have extra privilege because I definitely do not. But basically the reason why I told you that is because I have so much access to Airbnb, constantly learning. So I would think my account would be fine and I wouldn't get suspended, I would think. Then when it got suspended, I thought I would be able to get a lot of help and resources to help me figure out why it was suspended, how I can get it turned back on. Sadly, I wasn't really getting any support from anybody at all. All I kept getting told was, nobody in this department can see that, you have to talk to customer service. No matter how high up I went to Airbnb, they all were like, we can't really do anything. Customer service is their own part. So customer service really doesn't talk to anybody else in Airbnb, which is very, very odd to me. So there was pretty much nothing I could do. So a couple of the topics I'm gonna talk about is why I got suspended or why I think I got suspended, how you can prevent yourself from getting suspended, taking all the steps possible, even though you could possibly still get suspended, but taking every precaution you possibly can. And then what I really learned over a couple months of talking to everyone in Airbnb. So hopefully all of these steps will help you guys from not getting suspended. Again, I apologize if I ramble on this video a lot, but like I said, it's been so stressful and so overwhelming trying to figure all this out. So I'm gonna do my very best to explain it. And I really just wanna be very, very clear. I love Airbnb. Airbnb has been great to me. I get a lot of support. I'm an official Airbnb ambassador. I teach people all the time to join Airbnb. So I don't want this to come off as like, I hate Airbnb or anti-Airbnb or all that. With any major company that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, there's gonna be issues that come up. I always just weigh out the odds. There's a lot more positive with Airbnb than there is negative. That's why I continue to host on Airbnb, etc. So I really just want to make sure that is crystal clear. I think Airbnb is an amazing opportunity. It has completely changed my life for sure. But with that said, I really do not agree with so many of the latest changes. I think Airbnb is really making a stand on the guest, really protecting the guest over and over again and not really protecting the host, which is very, very frustrating because without the host, there would be no guests. Anyways, I just wanted to make sure that was very clear. Okay, to explain a little bit on how I set up my accounts and run my business. So I have one account. It's under my business name, Hildy Homes, on Airbnb. On Hildy Homes is all the accounts that I personally own the houses and have 100% control over the management, pricing, all that stuff. So that's my main account. That's also where my ambassador account is. So it's very, very delicate account. I don't want to mess with that. So I decided to create a separate Airbnb account where I do all my co-hosting. So co-hosting, I have another video, you guys can watch it, but basically my co-hosting account is called Hildy Homes Co-hosting on Airbnb. This account is all the homes that I don't personally own. I just manage, or maybe I'm a partner on the house. That way I will be added as a manager, as a co-host to that listing, and then I can take over all the messaging. Basically, it's just the regular account. It's a co-hosting account. Airbnb apparently likes co-hosting accounts. We'll see during this video. So I just wanted to explain those two accounts so you can get a better idea. Okay, and the account that was suspended was my co-hosting account. Now this account doesn't have any homes on the account that I'm the official admin on. So let's say property A is built under the homeowner's name, and then they add me as a co-host. So my co-hosting account is not the admin attached to that account, but it's a co-hosting. Still very valid. I do everything on there, so it's still connected. And I'll show you guys a couple screenshots of what I'm talking about so you can better see it and hopefully be able to follow along, because there's a lot of steps and it is a little complicated. So during this process, over 2 months of talking back and forth to Airbnb, there was a handful of things I learned that was very interesting. So this all happened during Memorial Weekend. Insane that Airbnb was trying to clean up their platform during a holiday weekend. So there was no customer service basically. My account was suspended on Friday. The weekend I couldn't do anything. Monday I couldn't do anything. Tuesday I was finally able to talk to somebody, which is insane. So after months and months of talking back and forth, these are a handful of things that I did learn from Airbnb that they told me. And like I said, every customer service had a little bit of different answers, and some really didn't want to tell me too much. I just kept poking and poking to try to get more answers. Okay, one of the things I was told is Airbnb is trying to clean up their platform. As you may know, Airbnb has a bad reputation right now with party houses or guests checking into the house and it's nothing what it says it is on the photos and whatnot. So Airbnb is trying to figure out a way to clean up their platform. They want to promote way better hosts, beautiful places. If you go to the homepage, you can see all the beautiful places. So they're really trying to clean it up. I don't think Airbnb can legally just kick off a bunch of people. So they're trying to find reasons that they're not verified or they're not up to safety code or they're having a party, and then they can kick them off or suspend them or just make the host very frustrated that they just move on to another platform. So during this process, I was learned that Airbnb is screening all the accounts and they're looking for fake accounts, because I guess there's a lot of hosts that will have an account and then they'll make multiple accounts for that same house, thinking it's gonna help them get more views to get more bookings. I don't agree with this policy at all. I don't think any host should do this. I think it just confuses the guests and it clogs up the platform. So they're trying to see if there's duplicate listings, they're gonna go ahead and wipe those clean, delete them, suspend that account. Now this is the big one also. Any account that is not fully verified, then Airbnb will suspend that account or just kick that account off. So if your account does not meet all the criteria to be fully verified, you are in very high risk to getting your account suspended. Now this one to me seems a bit crazy because Airbnb is always promoting co-hosting and co-hosting accounts. So this was what I was told. So don't kill the messenger, but I was told by a few different people in the platform. Airbnb is making a lot of changes with co-hosting and the team member accounts, which I don't really know enough about the team member accounts. They keep trying to update it and they don't, so I'm not sure. But then the co-hosting account, so what I was told also is co-hosting accounts that don't have any homes on the actual co-hosting account are in jeopardy of getting suspended or kicked off, which is insane. So for an Airbnb co-hosting account, many people don't own the homes and they build the listing in the owner's name. So if they have a falling out, so let's say I build a listing for a homeowner, I build it in their name because I'm an ambassador, so I get credit for that. I build it in their name, and then that way they have access to the Airbnb account. They can view all the bookings, they can see what's coming in, the messages, they get paid right away, and then they add me as a co-hosting. So I'm not the actual admin on my co-hosting account, but it's still connected. So a few people in Airbnb told me they don't really like this and you are at jeopardy of risk. That one, very confused on and don't really like it. Right now, my account is a co-hosting account and it's working right now, but just be very worried about that. It might be a good idea to have at least one account on your co-hosting account that is an admin account that you built on that account. Make sense? If not, just write me a comment below and I'll try to better explain to you one-on-one. And I bet you nobody here, maybe one or two people, because I did see it in Google, nobody knows about this. An Airbnb test account. Has anybody ever heard of an Airbnb test account? This is crazy also, but you can actually build an Airbnb account that is fully just a test, like a practice, that never goes live on the platform. I had no idea this was even a thing. I've never seen this button anywhere, but apparently there's a little button, and I'll show you guys on a screenshot, that will pop up and it says test account. So when you're building out your account, it will say test account. And then once it's set up as a test account, you can never go live. So you can never get it published, which causes insane amounts of errors. And it's really, really hard to find that button. I was also told it's not common. This button actually shouldn't be on my listing. I shouldn't even have the option to click the test account. So I was told that this was an error and the only way to get it off was insane amounts of phone calls back and forth with Airbnb. And I finally had someone turn it off my listing, and then I had to create a new listing. So a test account, if you create a test account and you go live and you think you're live, across the top of your listing, you will see on the back end, when you're building your listing, you'll see a gray bar that goes across the top of the listing and it says test account. So that means it's not live and it will never go live. So if you see that, then you know what to do. Reach out to Airbnb, say this is a test account, nobody's gonna know what you're talking about, and then tell them it's in the preferences, they have to turn it off. And then what we'll jump into finally, what I learned is if your account is not 100% verified from the second you build the account, you are in jeopardy. You really want to make sure that your account is verified with a real person, real ID, phone number, email, all that stuff. Make sure Airbnb verifies your account before you start taking all of these bookings and reservations and whatnot. Now I just want to go in detail a little bit about setting up your account and how you can protect yourself. So I'm going to go over these steps by step. So when you're creating a new Airbnb account, it is very, very important that you create your account fresh. So if you never hosted on Airbnb before, then you're okay. You put in a driver's license, phone number, all that stuff. Now, if you already hosted on Airbnb before, but you're trying to create a new account, you can still use your same driver's license, but you can't use the same phone number. You can only have one phone number attached to one Airbnb account. So in these steps, when you're setting up your profile, I'm just gonna run you through general steps. One, let's say you want to eventually have your account be in a business name. What is very important, what I learned is, let's say you want to create the account in a business name, you need to create it in your personal name first. Put a driver's license. Also take a photo that is really close to the same photo in the driver's license. And then the name must match identical to the driver's license. Nothing can be misspelled. It has to match those three 100%. in order to your account to get verified. Then you have to have a fresh phone number, a number that is not attached to any other Airbnb account, or your account will get flagged. Then you want to make sure your account gets verified. Let it go through the Airbnb process. Make sure it is verified before you start adding your bank account, your other listings and whatnot onto your space. Make sense? Then what I recommend after Airbnb verifies your account, I would suggest adding your bank account information. Add in your bank account, could take up to 7 days to get it verified. Add your bank account, add your tax ID number, and add your W-9 form, tax forms, etc. And let that go through the system and get verified also. That way you're verified and then your bank account is verified, it can match, and then that way Airbnb goes, okay, this must be a real account. He's building out the process. Now you can check your account if you go to airbnb.com/verified to make sure you're verified. If you're an existing account and you're already live, then definitely go check this. If you're building out your account, go ahead and check this as well to make sure you are verified and once you are. Now, if you're having a lot of troubles and you're very confused, don't forget, I'm an Airbnb ambassador, and if you're new, you can join with my link and I will help you step by step for free to build out this part of your listing for you. So now let's say your account has been verified, your bank account is verified. Now let's say you have an LLC. Let's use my Hildy Homes. So my LLC is called Hildy Homes and I want this account to be in Hildy Homes. So I created actually a Hildy Homes co-hosting account. So now what you really want to do is make sure you change it into a business name. By doing this after you've been verified, then you can go in there and change the photo so it's your business logo if you want, or still personal face. Then you can change the name to your business profile, Hildy Homes co-hosting. But don't do any of that steps yet until you're verified 100%. So let's say you want this account to be a co-hosting account. You're gonna manage other people's properties. Then what you wanna do is attach that other property. So let's say property Casa de Maya is one of mine, a homeowner's account, he's the admin. On the admin account, they have to add me as a co-hosting. That way it will be attached to my co-hosting Hildy Homes account. That way I have access to all the pricing, messaging, and all that stuff. But make sure you do all the steps ahead of that before you add the co-hosting account. Now, if this account is gonna be your own account and you're gonna add listings to that, then you wanna go ahead and create a new listing profile. So if this account is going to be your main account and you're not doing co-hosting, then you just want to go ahead and go to listings and create a new listing. Now during this process, it's very, very important that you are as accurate as possible also, so Airbnb can verify that property is a real property and you have the rights to that property. So what I suggest when you're building out this listing, use new photos that are not on the internet, even if it's real quick iPhone photos, just for now, just to get your listing going. The first 5 images are gonna be the most important. Make sure photos have never been online before, make sure it really shows the property. I even did the 6th photo of me standing in the living room to show that yes, that's me and I'm in this property. Kind of helps the verification process with Airbnb. I'm told that they're looking at more and more properties as they go live or as they go published to make sure that they are real properties or they haven't been kicked off the platform before or whatnot. So really make sure you take all these steps. Below, I'm gonna share you a handful of links that are gonna be very helpful for you guys when you're building out your listing. But again, if you need extra one-on-one help, I can help you through that process as well. Now, even if you're not trying to go 100% live yet and you're building out your listing, make sure you have an original title that matches your space, and then make sure you fill out all the steps in Airbnb when you're building a new listing. Your title, description, click off as many amenities as possible, house rules, do you accept pets? Make sure you fill out as much information as you possibly can. This way, it will definitely help you verify in the platform a lot quicker. And then it also shows Airbnb, algorithm, and a person that, yes, this is a real account. They're trying to go live, and hopefully that will help you as well. Now, this one is also very, very, very important. When you are brand new, like myself, I use a bunch of third-party applications like Wheelhouse, Hospitable, I use Breezeway, all these other programs to help run my Airbnb. When it's a brand new listing, do not connect any other platforms to that list yet. You want to go live, you want to get 1 or 2 bookings first, then I would suggest adding your PMS software and pricing software. Airbnb doesn't really like all these other platforms attached to their platform right now. Hopefully that will change and get updated, but in the beginning, just don't add any other IP stuff to your listing. I know that's a lot of information. Hopefully that makes sense. Please in the comments right below and let me know how else I can help you. If you find that helpful, let me know. I would appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow along for more. Thank you very much.